Craft brews and casual conversations. It has been quite some time, 3 weeks, if you will. That's a long time. And in that 3 weeks, I bought a new car. And in those 3 weeks, the new car, the check engine light already turned on. This happened to me about a half hour ago, and now I'm really I'm upset. I'm annoyed, and I now understand that if there is a God, he put me on this planet to endlessly laugh at the string of endless bad luck that I seem to encounter. Some people say it's life. I say it really only happens to me because I don't see anybody else having bad luck like me with such consistency. It's horrible. It's strange, if you will. And thank God we're talking about strange things today on Dudes with Brews with a Porch. My fellow on the other side of the screen, he's lucky, and he gets lucky in Kentucky. Nah, I mean?
Don't spread that rumor. Cue it.
Dudes with Brews on a Porch presents to you another edition of Strange Brews. Conspiracies, murder, ghost stories, aliens. We're all coming to get your mind, dears.
Strange brew time, baby. Are you ready for it, Robbie?
Sure. I thought I was allowed to be mad about my stupid freaking microphone. But you always got to one-up me. Oh, my car. I just bought a brand new car. It's like I bought a $30 mic 2 years ago, and it stopped working today, and I was upset. And I thought I had the right
Sorry,
to
man.
be upset about that. But no. My 3-month-old, my 3-week-old car has a check engine light on. That does really suck. And I don't know. I feel like it should make me feel better, but it doesn't, Drew.
I had to, I haven't even made one payment on it outside of the down payment, and it's already, Is
it brand new?
No. I mean, it's used, but it's like 64,000 miles on it. It really shouldn't have a check engine light on.
That's right when the warranties give out.
Well, I have one. So it's, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. And yeah, fuck me. Anyways, I am drinking something. I was off the sauce for a little bit. I've been off caffeine for now almost 3 weeks, or I think 2 weeks. Haven't had caffeine in 2 or 3 full weeks, believe it or not. Casually sipping some booze, and I needed it today. I don't know if I've had this on the show already or not. I don't know. But
Is it a burgundy? What is that? It looks like human blood.
Yeah, it is human blood. I'm drinking Penelope Cigar Session Chapter 1, American Whiskey. So it is an American whiskey blend it's got components of straight bourbon, 100% American single malts, 101 proof or 50.5 ABV, aged for about 6 years or so. A mash bill, 72% corn, 15% rye, 13% malted barley, finished on medium tannin French oak staves. A limited release, around 7,500 bottles.
Of beer on the wall?
Or
no, we're not going to do that.
7,500 6-bottle cases were distributed. So quite a little bit. Tasting profile of milk chocolate, vanilla bean, candy apple. On the palate, warm caramel, or that was on the nose, what I said before, the smelling one. The palate one is warm caramel, chocolate, dried peach. Finishes with toffee and dark fruit. It says this is designed to drink with us while you're smoking a cigar. I don't really do that. That's not my style. I'm like I know a bunch of people that I talk to all the time, and when I get together with them, they're always like smoking tobacco pipes and smoking cigars while they're drinking bourbon. I just drink the bourbon. I don't go to the smoking the cigar thing, but it is meant for that. But I can still enjoy it if I want without one. You can't tell me how to live, but it's supposed to fine tune the blend so cigar flavor and whiskey characters enhance each other when you combine the two. But it's also for people who like medium-bodied, flavorful whiskey, collectors who like limited releases and creative blends, and people who like complexity without overpowering heat. So that's what I got.
Okay. Well, I went with a little bit less, top shelf. I'm better than you, Snoot. I made a Tito's drink, Tito's vodka, scientifically made to drink straight, so it doesn't give you a hangover. That's true. That's why they made vodka. So it's blended scientifically so that when you drink it, you won't get a hangover. Your body can process the spirits and the water that is in there or whatever. But you're not supposed to cut it with anything, but I cut it with a little cherry cola. So it's got cherry on the nose and the tip of the tongue. And it just really came down to, I wanted to have a drink today, and that's what I got. I normally don't do cola. I normally will do like a splash of cucumber Gatorade. I like.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't have that, and here we are.
Here we are. It's been a minute since we've talked about unusual stories, and I got a couple of them for you, Rob, and potentially in the world of aliens for both of them. We'll see. I want to bring you back, okay, to the year 1966. 2 men were found dead. One by the name of Miguel Jose Viana. The other, Manuel Pereira de Cruz. 2 electronic technicians from Brazil. They're married. They have lives. They maybe were Catholic and all that kind of stuff. They tell their families they're off to buy materials. What kind of materials? We don't know. They withdraw the money that they have. They purchase raincoats and water bottles. Later, found dead on a hill, wearing formal suits covered partially by the raincoats, wearing homemade lead eye masks, and no signs of struggle.
What about the water bottles?
I think that was just for hydration.
Oh, but were they there? Did they have? I mean,
the water. How did they know they bought water bottles? I don't know. Were they empty, filled with urine? I don't know. I think it's because they had to, go up the hill. And they're like, oh well.
So it did. Yeah, it fell down the hill like the can of shaving cream in Jurassic Park, and
it was
covered by the mud.
It very well might have happened. But they're dead.
They'll find it in 100 years, and then they'll make a baby dinosaur.
Yeah, well, they'll make some more lead masks about it.
It's a great movie.
No, it's not. No, it's fine, I guess. Within this, they found some people. There's a couple of theories here, but I guess we'll talk a little bit here. They found a notebook. And it said in the notebook, 1630, be at the specified place. 1830, ingest capsules. After effect, protect metals. Wait for mask signal. No capsules were found on the scene. No trauma on from the autopsy. No poison detected, but decomposition limited the analysis a little bit. The cause of the death is undetermined. Now,
how long were they dead for?
I don't know. It doesn't say how long they were dead for.
But that would, I'd want, in terms of decomposition, if it muddied the waters of poison tracing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we haven't even touched on what'd you say, lead eyeglasses?
Lead eye masks. Yeah, they had lead eye masks over their eyes. So previously these dudes did like experiments involving lights in the sky.
Well, you would definitely want lead eyeglasses if you're checking out lights in the sky.
They tried to contact spirits using homemade electronics, and they believed in receiving signals from other dimensions. So this hike seems like it was pretty intentional. This process.
You can see it's a gateway. It's a gateway drug.
Looking
Looking
at
at lights in the sky, to amateur radio equipment, to other dimensions, man.
Yeah. It's so there's a couple theories with this about what they were trying to do. Some are saying that it was a psychedelic spiritual experiment that went wrong. They ingest something, they expect to see some sort of light event, like I'm thinking like LSD, maybe they took that, and they used lead masks to protect their eyes from blinding flashes. So there could be heart failure in this, there could be overdose, maybe dehydration. They didn't say how many water bottles they had. I think just 2,
That's a good point. They each got a 16.3 ouncer. Well, they hiked 20 miles up a mountain.
Yeah, I didn't say how
It's
big.
not going to get you. That's not going to get you there.
No one else is involved in this. So which is I don't know. I'm this is like so far beyond my like realm of existence. But don't they, like, when people do that, don't they have like a circle of people? Isn't there some witch
Not
doctor?
the hardcore ones, man. Not the true seekers.
Not the true drug users.
Yeah.
Oh,
I've done LSD by myself in an apartment with candles and anything I could use to make weird reflections on the wall, and you try and write the script of the universe. It's not when you say it out loud, it sounds bad. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think but when you're doing it, when you're there and you can see it. Now, my problem is if you're going to go out of your way to do all that, the lead glasses really
defeats the purpose.
Yeah. I mean, LSD, it's a trip of seeing the world. It's how it's a perception thing. So if you're trying to do some, I mean, I'm sure there's a reason, and I'm sure there's something you can get out of covering your eyes. I don't know why the lead. Maybe they just got to the store late and that was all they had left. But the materials thing, it's like, oh, they went to the store to get materials. You didn't think that was odd? That wasn't your first clue?
Mm-hmm.
If you told your lovely wife, I have to go to the store to get materials.
Where are you off to, dear? I have to get the materials.
I have to get the materials.
I want to circle back a little bit. You said you tried to write the script of the universe. Did you write anything, or was it like were you like using your finger and writing it on the wall?
No, it was more like trying to set the script of the universe in waves.
Oh, okay.
Trying to see the way that things interact with each other. I'm telling you, if you ever, I'm not advocating, but if you ever have some LSD and you get a candle, a few little candles, and then you just need some like weird glasses,
Mm-hmm.
like water glasses that have some weird, patterns on them. Fill them with different, levels of water. Spin them like they're gears and watch what happens on the wall next to it. I mean, you're getting a lot of bang for your buck. I mean, that's better than Real Housewives for an hour.
Yeah. I'll take your word for it. But yeah, that's cool. Anyways,
yeah, that's how I spent my
maybe
I like your sarcasm to how I thought I was becoming an adult. That was what I thought the velvet rope was to get to adulthood. I realize now it's having a credit card, and I'm way behind the game.
Yeah, and then worrying about your check engine light. Some people say that this could have been
You check your check engine light out on acid, man.
Yeah, then
It'll probably tell you what's wrong with your car.
I don't need a code reader. Just give me a couple minutes and take a couple dabs. Some people say like they think they were meeting, or they like people believed like they had a meeting with extraterrestrials, and expected like some sort of radiation or bright light as a result of it. And this was kind of during that wave of the UFO craze in the 1960s. But maybe, like the Notebook is kind of telling. Like it says like at this time. So 1630 would be 4:30 p.m. 1830 would be 6:30 p.m. So they're there for 2 hours doing something or another, and then they ingest a capsule, and then they
Allegedly.
Yeah. Well, that's according to the notebook. That's what it said to do. But yeah, people think like maybe they had a way of contacting extraterrestrials when they were experimenting with the sky before. So that could be a theory. Another one is that someone just manipulated them. And then died.
That's like you get into some of these weird theories. I mean, we've grown through some of them in terms of like the Slender Man and like there's ways to like summon things that it can be true, it cannot be true. Most likely it's not true, but it makes people do weird things that end up normally in, like if we hear about it, it's not good. You don't ever hear like, hey, did you hear about those guys that heard that thing and they went and did it and it worked? It's never like that. It's like, oh, this thing came about and then two like 12-year-olds stabbed somebody a bunch.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to like harp on that one thing, but like that's kind of like a modern day thing where it's like people make up something and then some people take it so seriously, but like there's a type of person. I'm kind of like that type of person. I would like to stare into the abyss so I know if it's true or not. You know what I mean? Like
I thought you were saying you're the type of person that
test. I've tried to summon UFOs before, and it worked, in my opinion.
All right, you could be,
but it's just it's like don't you want to know if that? So like if somebody told me, go climb up a mountain in this spot at this time, take some LSD, take this DMT, put on some lead glasses, and you'll get a message from fucking extraterrestrials. Like, I'd be like, well, worst case scenario, I have a good time in the woods. Best case scenario, I get a secret message from aliens. I guess I'm all in on that. Like but really worst case scenario is they find you 5 days later decomposed and they don't know if you took the pills or not. Right.
So, some people think that this was a con of sort, but there was no theft. There's no signs of struggle. And then some people say like it's just an accidental chemical exposure. There were electronic techs maybe experimenting with some sort of hazardous material. But you would think the people who work with electronics, if you're working with hazardous material, you would be prepared for it. You wouldn't be dressed formally. Like they were wearing like formal clothes. They had a handwritten schedule and they climbed up a hill. Like they just did it.
It's funny that you put handwritten schedule in there because it was 1966, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like the pocket thing hadn't even been invented yet. Your pocket friend. What was that thing called? The first
phone?
Thing?
What?
Your little like the little calendar device that kept all your.
I don't know, the rototiller. No,
you're thinking of, are you thinking of a Rolodex? No, it's not a Rolodex. You know what I'm talking about. Come on, it's like the precursor to the BlackBerry.
I have no idea.
Everybody had those things for a while. They thought they were the way of the future. It was like right when you had your pager, and then you had the what?
Well, yeah, the pager or a beeper.
It went along with the pager. Like you had a pager, and then you had all right, just give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna bring a third party into this because I bet you she had one.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about? Those pocket, like the back when pagers were a thing, and you could get the little thing that was a calendar, and you could do tips and stuff on it. It's the first electronic gizmos.
A Nokia?
No, this is before Nokia. God, so everybody that's listening knows what I'm talking about. Or
I don't think anybody knows what you're talking about.
There's a whole Seinfeld episode about this.
No, of course there was.
No, it went along with the page. All right, I'm sorry. Never mind. She couldn't help either. I went to wisdom and got none.
Damn.
She's normally right about everything.
Yeah. So
anyway, there was like a wizard. It was called a wizard.
Okay.
Like a pocket wizard, and you could put your little dates in there, and like one of the first handheld like pocket electronic device. They didn't even have that in 1966. So to put in there like, oh, they had a handwritten schedule. That's what everybody had in 1966.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. It's just
Maybe I'm just grasping at straws and being too. No one cares. All right, let's move on.
yeah. I don't know. But so really that's like that's all there is. It's just these two guys that were dead, normal dudes. I have pictures of like the lead masks too, and they look like just like really thick like black sunglasses a little bit.
Are they curved? Do they have a nose spout? Like
Yeah.
a spot?
Yeah.
So it's not like a Geordie from Star Trek.
No.
Okay.
That's that is not it. So like
I think I'm focusing on all the wrong details of this story. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like everything that I'm focusing on is the wrong thing.
yeah. So
I mean, maybe it's like that's the thing. Like when you want to talk about beings of energy, if that's what they were trying to reach out to, maybe they didn't die. Maybe they just left their
yeah.
left the physical plane.
So then it brings me then to this next story because I like to go with the alien approach here. But this brings me then to March 1974. There is a bushfire on a property owned by the Betz family. So
I know the Betz.
You do? There's Antoine and there's Jerry Betz. And they have a son, Terry. Jerry and Terry. Jacksonville, Florida. Regular people. Not people who are like looking for weird things to go down. There's this bushfire, and they find an 8-inch stainless steel sphere that weighed like 22 pounds and nearly perfectly smooth with a small triangular marking on it. And when they brought it home, some weird stuff went down. And I think it's interesting because like I read that Stephen King series of shorts or book of short stories, and in the first story, they find like a thing that is like similar to this. Well, I wonder if that was influenced by this.
Probably because it moved on its own. It would light up rooms, correct?
Yeah, so it rolled on its own when placed on the floor, and if pushed, it would curve back to whoever pushed it, and then it like reacted to a guitar, so it like emitted tones or like vibrated, and it avoided falling off tables. It would change direction at the edges.
And I don't want to get ahead of your notes, but I feel like it also like they did some scans on it, and there was something one or three smaller spheres inside of it.
Okay.
But they're like the weight of them, their atomic weight was something that didn't like they weren't like prepared to try and cut it open because they were worried about it being like a nuclear blast. Like it was they considered by humans to be unstable because we didn't know what it was. Didn't really fit the periodic table. If the information I heard is true, who knows anymore? But they did do tests on this thing, and then I feel like they like an idiot, like the Betz like stupidly like they gave it to the military.
Yeah, they gave it to the Navy.
And then it disappeared forever, and we'll never know. And that it's like I tell you, if I ever find some alien technology, the military better stay as far fuck away from me as they can. I will hit it with a sledgehammer before I give it to the military.
So the Navy examined it, and then they said, this is what they said. And of course, like you said, they're gonna say something like this. It was likely an industrial ball valve component. And then X-rays suggested internal structures consistent with machinery, and stainless steel is typical of industrial manufacturing. So probably not alien, but the family is.
Me and you, we got our start in industrial, and I know we had a lot of large ball bearings that were just moving around on their own, and
right.
That's how you make a good boat motor.
an effective ball bearing. Like,
Yeah.
oh, it's an edge. I'm gonna not roll off. Like that was pretty good. But like, yeah, weighted core. Like it was off. It had an off center mass, so it was uneven weight distribution. It can roll unexpected directions in return. It homes are rarely like perfectly level. So, but it would.
They
like,
tested it. They tested it in multiple directions, though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Same table, different directions. So you can't say the table is pitched one way or the other, and it only like didn't roll off the table
Right.
to one way, but then on the other side, oh well, it did this. That's one of those things where it's like they did do tests on that thing, and they couldn't come up with any conclusive answers as to why. But then when it came to, all right, let's try and actually figure out what's going on with this thing. They were afraid. They were afraid that it was unstable, or it's like it wasn't just some ball bearing. That's for dang sure.
Yeah. And it was. I mean, 8 inches in diameter, 22 pounds. Like I feel like that's pretty big. Like it's a big.
Yeah, it's. I mean, that's 8 inches would be. I mean, that's bigger than like a Nerf basketball for that, like a little home basketball.
Yeah.
Those little things. Yeah, it's bigger than that.
Right. Yeah.
I don't remember what they said it weighed, because I know I watched something that
22
brought this
pounds.
Up. How much?
22 pounds.
I mean, yeah, 22 pounds. That's.
And it would suggest like a stainless steel sphere of that size. If it were solid, it would weigh more than 22 pounds. So it would suggest that this was hollow of sorts or whatever. It even caused a dog to panic around it.
Well, they were doing some things that were making them think that it was like trying to communicate with them.
Yeah. Well,
did you see anything about that?
Well, like the guitar, when
Yeah.
they played a guitar, it would like emit tones and vibrate as well. So like for me, that would be like trying to communicate of sorts. So, but yeah, it did disappear completely from the record. Some people say it was returned to the family. Some say it was stored. I bet you it was just taken from the government. Would be my guess.
Yeah, they don't give that back to the family,
right? Which is a bit of a bummer. Like,
well, I agree. Yeah, there's a lot of those instances where people find things on their land or whatever, and they bring in who they think are experts, but really they're experts at covering things up, and that's and then it becomes this like lore that we latch onto, and we go, well, what if, and then other people call us crazy, and it's like, don't call me crazy, man.
In the Stephen King story, they essentially like saved an alien from dying, and then the alien gave him this thing and like that you could open, and it was like a sphere. And then after they opened it, like they got really good at like their dreams came true essentially. Like the one guy was aspiring to be a writer. Once he cracked open the thing, he became like a renowned writer, and then his buddy became like a world famous like painter. And then like the kid, like the guy dies and the kid finds it and he can't get it to open or whatever. So yeah, I thought it was kind of interesting, correlation there. But on top of this too, recently, I think this happened in a recent interview. I don't know if you've heard about it with Barack Obama, just casually dropping, aliens are real. They're real, but they're not at Area 51. That's what he said in an interview on a podcast.
Yeah, well, you can go back to. There's plenty of people, government officials that are on the record as saying the same thing. I mean, at this point, it's not like if aliens are real, it shouldn't even be a topic of discussion. If you don't believe that, then I don't know, you're super religious and you're afraid of losing God or something. But because like that is a big part of this idea of like aliens can't be real because God created man and we were in his image, so he wouldn't. There is like a religious part to this, like not believing that other worlds can exist with other beings.
You ever
But
think
I
we're
have been
aliens?
watching a little bit more stuff about how, like, when the UFO craze and these things came after the atomic age, when, bombs were dropped uh, and honestly, I just heard a theory about the fact that like the Cold War was just a way to distract the public from like a lot of shit that was like cosmic shit with our governments, that they like our governments are all working together, because it's almost like anything for me can come back to the X-Files. Like they all are working towards this one thing, and then everything that they do and they give us the public is just a misdirect. It's a magic trick, to make us upset about this or not look at that, so that they can make the decisions for our world in this universe. It's like, and I'm not saying that's wrong. Could be. Why not?
If you were abducted by aliens or you had a chance to communicate with an alien, like what would your first questions be? What would you ask?
Do you have money?
Can you hey, can you fix my car? Yours flies. Can you check what's going on with mine?
Well, no, legitimately, mine is on the opposite end of the spectrum. Like, if you don't have capitalism, can I join your society? How do we evolve to that point where where you can buy a UFO, or to you guys it's probably just like called a ship of sorts.
Yeah,
it's not unidentified to you. You drive it.
It's
you know
a Buick.
Yeah, it's like the
Sky Buick.
Yeah, the Slagen 2100. It's the newest model, and but after 64,000 miles, does the engine light go on, or is it like so that they can gouge you on a timing belt, or
yeah,
what's the deal with this? How much is plutonium for that thing, or do you guys just like go like we care not about trade for plutonium, we care about intergalactic intelligence and finding it?
Yeah.
I don't think that's a bad question, but
what is? Yeah, you're right. Ultimately, what's the purpose of aliens? Like, when we think of aliens here on Earth, it's all just, we think of like the Greys.
The Greys, the Mantis, the reptilians.
Right. Well, if they're just like regular people like us, they're just like, oh, we kind of do things it's kind of the same, but we just, instead of working like jobs, we just kind of like work as a community and serve each other.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I have to imagine that like the ones that make it here are like, it's just like Fred and Josh, and they're like, we got Earth duty this millennia, and somebody else is out there somewhere else, and we're just we just keep an eye. It's like the Peace Corps, except for we're not trying to sell you anything. We're just here to watch.
Yeah. Make a reality TV show out of us, out of Earth,
or that could be a multitude of things. But
what if we're like?
It's funny because if you watch like Ancient Aliens, you would like the way that they talk about it. They're like, UFOs crashed on this planet so that we could get their technology. They did that on purpose.
Oh, really?
I think not. Giorgio or Giovanni Tuscanero, whatever your name is. I liked your show for 5 seasons, but now I have to object.
Yeah.
Like, they did not crash on this planet so that we could get
we shot them out of the sky. If they wanted us
to have their technology, they just land and give it to us.
Right. They put it on a parachute and just like it would fall and land, but like, here you go. And everyone would have access to it, not just, they wouldn't just land it on like Area 51, or, why would it go in Roswell? A big desert.
We put it there because they decided like, it's like you sacrifice 2 of your lower level employees or whatever to give us some space age technology, and then there wasn't even like a radio in there.
You think they'd have email?
They'd have to have something, right? Like
they got to be able to send like an email to someone and just be like, Like you get this email and it says like the subject line is "We're aliens," or they're just like, "Hey, we have something we want you to try. We'll drop it on these coordinates."
Those emails probably exist, but we look at them like they're the Prince of Uganda emails.
Maybe
Like
yeah.
I just need some money, and then I'll give you all this other money. Like they're like, we're aliens. We've got some technology for you, but we just need your passcode so we can upload it onto your computer. And you're like, fuck these guys. I don't think so. Not today.
Yeah, and they don't necessarily understand our language fully, so they're just like, oh yeah, they'll believe that we're this prince from Uganda who his car broke down on the side of the road and he's a high profile person, so in order to save him from being kidnapped, we send him $10,000. Of course. They got it.
Well, I mean, the first time they did that, it worked so well.
Dude, I read somebody on the news that in a community close to where I'm at, dude got scammed out of $600,000. So, I mean, it still works. The scam still happens.
Am I the only person that when I hear that, I go like, who the hell has $600,000
right
to get scammed out of? Like,
I don't know.
Like, if you scammed me for everything I'm worth, you still can't. You basically got a month's rent. Like, that's what you get out of me.
Yeah.
You put me. I now live in a tent, but all you got out of it was like maybe some goat milk and. I don't know. Like you get to like buy Marty Supreme before it drops on Apollo.
It's like, yeah, you scammed me and now you're in debt. Like that's.
Well, that was always my joke. Like, okay, if you like, because the place we worked, remember they got hacked.
Mm-hmm.
Like they got a phishing scheme and they gave us all LifeLock for a year, and I was like, well, great, because. This year that you're giving me LifeLock, I have nothing to steal. It's not going to be. It's 30 years from now.
Right.
That's when I don't want my identity to be out there or whatever. But I was like, in reality,
they probably already have it.
I hope somebody steals my identity. They might give me some credit. Like,
right. Well, and it's like, if they have your social security number, what is a year of a service going to do? They can just come back to it later.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like 1 year means nothing, especially right now when I'm absolutely broke.
Right.
But 30 years from now, and maybe I have a house, which I didn't know was
30
coming.
30 years from now?
Back then. I thought, back then I still thought that it was going to be possible.
Yeah. It's not out of the realm of possibility. You could still do it.
I'm not going to. I know what you go through.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. That's why that's why I ride the bus. That's why I'm just taking the easy way out.
No, you're doing it in an all right way. If I didn't have kids, I'd probably do something similar, but I do. I got kids, so yeah. Aliens.
So I was watching something today on my lunch break about sea monsters in World War I.
Okay.
And World War II, actually. So apparently, now I didn't take notes on it because I was on my lunch and I was scarfing food down while I watched it. But apparently in World War I, there was the U-boat 28, I believe it was U-28, was attacked by a giant sea creature with sharp fangs, a beak, like a long beak. It had legs. It wasn't like a squid type thing. It was more of a, I don't know, Loch Ness type thing, but with the head of a dinosaur sort of.
Sure.
Completely immobile, like completely trashed their submarine. They couldn't go underwater. They unloaded a bunch of pistol fire into it. It was a creature of Irish mythology, and they were off the coast of Ireland, which is very interesting to me. In World War II, there would be another situation where a creature that was also an Irish sailor folklore, thought to be a myth, was documented as attacking a warship and doing some damage before, or they hit it with like one of their big artillery guns, and then it just kind of receded into the deep. But I do find that kind of interesting, that these that not like, does it corroborate the story when these Germans like are willing to surrender themselves and their battered sub to the British Royal Navy, and their accounts, when they give their accounts of what attacked them, it matches up with this mythology from a country that they're not familiar with. Like, how I think that kind of like makes me believe it a little bit, that there's like, ancient sailors, or not ancient sailors, but the first sailors from this isle like have talked about this creature for quite some time, and now modern day tales will say that it's real.
Well, and like stuff with like the ocean, so like even Loch Ness Monster or something, that I'm more inclined to believe those, because we haven't scaled the bottom of the deepest waters. We have no idea. Like, new species are discovered probably all the time, like, underwater.
Well, old species continuously are being discovered that we thought they were extinct, but they've just not surfaced.
Right. They're just
and then
deep
all of a
in
sudden
there.
they surface now and again.
Yeah. It's crazy. Even like those, like that one, like anglerfish or whatever that I got, like the person took a picture of, and it was like such a rare occurrence that they were above a certain sea level. Like, obviously that one was in distress and was like, I think going to like essentially swimming to its death, more or less, from my understanding, when the person took the picture of it. But just for that, like that to happen, like that's a rare thing. We know this fish exists, but we rarely see it because it's so deep in the fucking water in the ocean. Yeah. I mean, is Loch Ness real? I don't know, but could be. Like, look how huge humpback whales are. There could definitely be like a giant sea creature that tends to be in the bottom, and then it comes up and unloads on a submarine.
I prefer to believe it, just because. Why not? I don't want to live in a world where the sea is just filled with tuna for us to, kill dolphins while we try and get it.
Right. Existence
that
alone.
Sounds like a terrible existence for all of us.
Well, like, people are like, when you talk about Bigfoot, when you talk about aliens, when you talk about monsters in the sea, and it's like human existence alone is unexplainable, mysterious enough. Like, the fact that we exist makes everything exist.
Yeah.
And nothing exists at the same time.
Well, and that's, now we're at the point where we've gotten so intertwined and whatever, where it's like you can actually look at the Matrix theory and go like, fuck, we're not even here.
Yeah.
And that's the problem with our brains,
Again, our maker, whatever that is, really could have designed me a little bit better. Could have designed my path a little, am I going to be the underdog forever? When does eventually the underdog is supposed to like rise to the occasion and like get his whatever,
Well, here, think about it this way. If let's say we're all, just a video game character that somebody else is controlling, you're just on the really hard difficulty.
Yeah.
Like me, I'm some kid playing on easy.
That's all right. I'd like to switch the modes a little bit. But you're right.
I have a toothache, Drew.
You have a toothache. Sucks. Do you brush your teeth? Have you been flossing? Yeah.
Yeah. Religiously. I have a dentist appointment coming up.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Look at you. Now you have a dentist in California, too.
Calabasas.
Do you have a doctor?
Yeah.
Look at you, man.
I do annual checkups, dude.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something else.
Oh. I'm pushing the prostate up a year. It's going to come early. I got to get it checked.
You are, or the doctor is?
I mean, he's going to check it. I'm just going to make him do it.
Oh, I was talking about coming early.
I don't know. I've never got my prostate checked.
All right. Yeah, was your butt hurt or something?
Hey, I got some issues.
Yeah,
I got a persistent roid issue.
Yeah. I'm sorry to hear
Yeah.
that. That sucks. All
I
right.
don't like it.
Yeah.
Anyway, too much information. I think it's aliens.
Could you imagine? All right. Now that's a situation. You go to the doctor's office and be like, "You're not gonna believe this, but a week ago, I wake up, lights in my face, grays all up in my business, putting things in orifices galore. I have this hemorrhoid now, and I'm pretty sure it's from being abducted by aliens." Like,
Do you know the Betz sphere? Because that's kind of what I got. I got a thing.
22 pounds.
Yeah. I'm a little worried, and my tooth hurts.
What is it about like aliens that like it always goes toward like the butt?
Yeah, man. I think it's just that it's oral or anal fixation because it's either the teeth, they grind out your teeth, or they probe,
Yeah.
the dark hole.
Why is that? I just don't understand. Like, why would that be? If they're like experimenting on this, why are you going towards the butt? Like, wouldn't they try to like communicate with the person and be like, try to register brain waves and stuff like that?
Yeah, I mean, if they can communicate telepathically, it things that they've got like a scanner. Doesn't have to be that intrusive.
Yeah.
But you never hear about like it is always about like, rectal whatever. You don't hear about the other genitalia being
Do you want to hear where it comes
probed and
from?
whatever.
You want to hear?
I do.
So, 1961, the case of Betty and Barney Hill.
Oh, the Hill. Okay, I know the Hill story as well. I didn't know that was the first case of this.
This is kind of like the big turning point of it. So this is like the 70s and 80s hypnosis-based recovered memories often included invasive procedures. They claimed medical style examinations, skin samples, body scans, and needles in the world of getting abducted. So they were like kind of clinical, the abduction process, clinical, emotionless, and scientific. Rectal probes are common in human medical exams, like thermometers, colon exams, prostate exams. So, yeah, I guess that's just how it goes.
Is that what's going on in labs across the country? Like, is that what scientists are doing to animals?
Probing them? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, I don't know. It's
I guess maybe I need to join PETA.
Oh God. Many abduction reports focus on hybrid breeding, genetic sampling, and fertility. So I guess that kind of makes sense a little bit. So alien, yeah, they're just like it's just standard practice. This is just what they do.
Well, that does, like, the hybrid stuff does make sense to me because we actually do try and do that. We try and we genetically modify just about everything so that so it serves our needs.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's blue-blooded, what are those called? Shellfish or whatever.
Lobsters?
Or, no, there's like some type of crab or something with a shell. But they've got blue blood. They're like immortal, and they've always been trying to, reverse engineer immortality.
Mm-hmm.
But they've gotten cures from that blood, like doing studies with the blood, and then same thing with like plants and stuff. If you want to consider plants to be a different species than us, I mean, plants are all hybrids now.
Yeah. I don't know.
We play God, we do.
We do play God. But that's really what's going on in the world of aliens. There's plenty of more to uncover. So many stories, so little time, Rob. And, it's getting late. The night has fallen upon me. I don't know about you. Is the sun still out where you're at?
Oh no, it's been down for at least an hour now.
Yeah. No.
No.
Gets dark in California even early in winter, or I don't know. Wisconsin's had a bit of a crazy time. We had a 60-degree day a couple weekends ago, and it's gonna be 19 out tomorrow. And there's snow on the ground.
You guys are on a roller coaster.
It's how it goes, man. There's always first spring. We get like 3 warm days. I call that first spring. And then that's followed by second winter. That's what we're in right now, second winter. We're going to get a glimpse of the good life on Friday, so we'll get like half of another spring, and then third winter's coming back. This is what happens on a consistent basis. You don't remember this because you've been acclimated now to a different lifestyle. You're wearing a sweatshirt. What's the temperature out right now?
It's maybe 62.
62, wearing a sweatshirt.
It's for comfort, Drew.
What do you mean?
I don't like it when my nipples are hard.
Well, I do, but
I know. Well, they're always hard, so it's okay. They're so small.
Wow, I can't believe you.
Yeah, everybody's learning everything about my body today.
Yeah, we're learning a lot about it. You'd be a perfect specimen to get abducted right now and experimented on. Maybe they could, they probably would charge you less than the standard
a dentist.
Yeah,
Yes.
dentist, or like your medical bill wouldn't be as much.
Yeah, I'll take it. Honestly, I mean, I'll probably come out of that spaceship with better teeth, LASIK, no hemorrhoids.
Yeah,
I said the full word this time. I'm trying to get the stigma away from it, because anytime I've had other people tell me that they have this thing going on, this thing that nobody wants to talk about, and I'm realizing I think everybody just has these damn things because we're all stressed out all the time.
hemorrhoids.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's a cream for it. You get some preparation H, and
I got the aloe. I went with the good stuff, man. I paid the extra $2.
all right. And then you just, how is it? You just find the spot and it's in there.
Yeah, I also my head goes to cancer all the time because
Oh,
everything.
there's that too. Yeah, that's not good.
And so
Yeah.
I'm just like, you know what? It's coming down the pipeline anyway, so why not just like get it over with and have some peace of mind? Because stress is the real killer, and it's like, so I'll take a moment of not being comfortable, early, like a year early or whatever, and just so I can walk away and they can go like, yeah. I don't know why you get your kicks off this way, but you didn't need to do this today. And I go, hey, at least I don't have,
One way, regardless of the outcome, you're leaving out of that office with a smile on your face.
I'll be satisfied.
If I were down there, I would apply the preparation H for you. I'd give you a break. Yeah. But
you don't use the applicator. You go right.
All right. I drank Penelope, the Cigar Session Chapter 1. I still got some left. It's been a long time since I've had bourbon, Rob. It's been probably like well over a month since I've drank bourbon.
I think I've made a decision. So today I just got off the bus, came straight here, and what we had is Tito's. But I think I might start buying scotch instead and going back down the scotch route.
Yeah. It's delicious. It was good. And yeah. Watch the skies. You never know what's going to happen. And while you're watching for the skies, you might as well make a stop to linktr.ee/dudes with brews. Get some merch. You can get Dudes with Brews merch. You can get Peas for Punk merch. Whatever your heart desires.
We're working on lead sunglasses, but don't hold your breath.
Yeah, we'll get those eventually. It's expensive. Lead costs a lot.
We got to get the materials first.
Got to get the materials. Got to get the capsules. And yeah, We'll try to be more as consistent as possible. Life just happens sometimes, and it is what it is.
Yeah. Now I need a new microphone.
Nah. All right. God bless.
Good night.